The Kyrgyz provisional government has declared a state of emergency in another southern town after inter-ethnic violence spread to Dhzalal-Abad. Well, earlier leaders called on Russia to send peacekeepers to help end the violence in the south of the country. More than 60 are dead and hundreds wounded in the town of Osh, where it's feared fighting between Kyrgyz and Uzbeks is spiralling out of control. RussiaToday is in Osh for Arti.
The situation is escalating. The clashes are continuing in the city of Osh and around the city, and the violence is still taking place there. The situation in the city is rather tense as the streets are still full of armed people, and several buildings and many cars are still on fire. So police and troops and fire brigades are being attacked all the time. So people prefer not to leave their houses, and many shops and markets have been closed following recent clashes, and that's why people cannot get any bread. So it's rather difficult from the humanitarian point of view. If we also take into account that there is no any possibility to deliver any food or water to the city because the roads around it are all sealed. Shortly after the riots broke out here in the region, the interim government has been doing all its best to show that it is able to control the situation. First decision was to declare a state of emergency. After that, they took the decision to send federal troops to the region to try to restore the order, to ease the tensions, or maybe to stop the clashes even. And even we can say that some important ministers, defense minister, interior minister, have traveled to the area to personally monitor the situation and to show that they're controlling it, that as the clashes continuing and the violence continuing in the city of Osh and around it, we can see that their efforts are not successful. There is a feeling among people that they are not longer relying on the interim government, and they say that they'd like to call on the international community to help resolve this deadlock, this conflict.
Well, that was Arti's RussiaToday reporting there from the Kyrgyz city of Osh. Well, Kyrgyzstan's interim government's asking for Russian troops to bring an end to the violence. The country's president says it's necessary to prevent further killings.
The situation is spinning out of control. We need foreign military help, and we've asked Russia to send it. We must do our utmost to save people's lives. There are reports that armaments and weapons have fallen into the hands of raging gangs in Osh. The security forces in the capital Bishkek are on high alert following the events of yesterday, when mobs demanded guns and buses to go to the south.
Now, more than 100 ethnic Uzbeks have staged a protest outside Kyrgyzstan's embassy here in Moscow. They're calling for an end to the violence and asking Moscow to step in. Arti's Elena Galushka brings us the latest.
Their main demand, ironically, is the same as that of the Kyrgyz government, which is for Russia to send its troops to Osh region in order to help resolve the conflict. They also said if that is impossible, they want help from the Russian government so that the Russian government could supply them with weapons or planes or tickets so they themselves could go to their homeland, which they consider to be their homeland, and help defend their brothers and sisters and their family members that are left there. The situation here was quite tense earlier. Many of the people that were here today have relatives in Osh. They're very concerned about their safety. A lot of them are saying that violence is completely pointless. A lot of them have friends who are Kyrgyz. They're saying that their Kyrgyz friends are actually helping their Uzbeki relatives hide from the mobs that are apparently running the city in Osh.
All these people who have gathered here have families in Kyrgyzstan. They have been caught up in the violence. We are only pleading for one thing: stop the war. Stop the war.
My child is in Kyrgyzstan now. He's an Uzbek citizen, and I'm Kyrgyz. My son is afraid. He says, "Mom, my Kyrgyz friend has hidden me from his own people, and my child is just 10 years old."
The Uzbeks who were here earlier were incredibly emotional. There were tears in people's eyes. They're very afraid that this conflict will escalate into a full-blown war, and this is the last thing that they want to happen. So they're calling on Russia primarily and on the rest of the international community to step in and stop the bloodshed, which they're afraid will blow up into something horrific.